Guys, it's Melly. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you today. I'm using natural lighting, so I hope this video turns out. So the first item I'm going to use today is the new Dream Velvet Soft Matte Foundation. I already have my primer on. My primer is the Master Prime by FaceStudio and the Blur and Smooth Primer 100. So this is by Maybelline. Maybelline is generally my favorite drugstore. This will be a New Year's Eve tutorial. And so I will be right back. I'm going to show you how I apply the foundation, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of my stuff. This is pretty much how I apply my foundation. I don't do many tutorials, you guys, so if it kind of looks, and I'm watching myself in the viewfinder, I should actually have a mirror. If it kind of looks like I'm off my game, it's because I am new at tutorials. BB cream I'm going to be using today is this Tea Tree Body Shop BB cream. I don't know why I go ahead because it never wants to focus. So hopefully you guys can see that. I think if I remember, I might include pictures just to put in this video. And if it looks like I am looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at the viewfinder to make sure I am applying my makeup. I rather look at the viewfinder because then it looks like I'm looking at you guys instead of looking in a mirror like I am doing with that. Okay, so the first shade we are going to start with, I'm using Marc Jacobs today, but really drugstore Wet n Wild or Maybelline Tattoo Metal eyeshadows, or even sorry about that, guys. There's a fly or something in here. Or what's the other thing I was gonna think of? Oh, Colourpop eyeshadows even can give you the same intensity for cheaper than the Marc Jacobs ones. I'm just using Marc Jacobs because I think these give me a lot of sparkle and I really like them. So I'm going to use his free Spirit palette, and then I'm also going to be using his Starlit palette, which is from his regular line. That's everyday. This was holiday edition palette, you guys. And I love this because look at that giant mirror right there, you guys. But anyways, I'm going to be using all these colors, and he's got them numbered 1 from 20. There's no names for Marc Jacobs shades ever. So I'm going to be using just 5 mattes. Just the 5 mattes up here, you guys. Nothing else. Nothing major. You can find these mattes everywhere. They are basic matte, everyday shadows. The Urban Decay has them. Everybody pretty much has them nowadays. L'Oreal has some really nice matte, drugstore mattes. So anybody has matte shadows nowadays. MAC has some nice ones. Makeup Geek, which is about $8, I think, a shadow. They have some nice mattes. Everybody has nice mattes usually. Okay, so the first one I'm going to take is this soft brown type of matte right here, and that's shade number 2. And I'm going to use that in my crease. I always start with my crease first. It's just how I go during the day. It's just how I work. And I'm going to start right here. I always start right here at the end, other corner. And I blend back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just to get that, just to build that shade up. Sometimes I blend too much that I actually get it in the inner crease. That's okay, guys. You can clean that up. I am not perfect at shading whatsoever. I'm not perfect at these eyeshadows. Sometimes I look like a complete hot mess, and then I put my concealer and everything over it and clean up the mess. You never know. So I'm going to use that same soft brown shade on the other side of my eyes. And then sometimes in the morning, this eye will look extremely perfect, and this eye won't. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I can be somewhat of a perfectionist too, so if I don't like the look, I'll generally take it off. Next thing I'm going to do is go to, actually, I'm going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to go to shade 11 right here, which is this nice gray matte color, because this is going to be like a purplish, bluish gray tutorial, almost like silver. And I'm doing this tutorial, as I said, this is like my version of what I would wear on New Year's Eve if I actually partied, but I don't. I stay home with the kids. Let's be real. I am super young, but I don't party. I stay home with my kids. So I'm going to be using that gray, that soft gray matte shadow. It can be a little hard to find a gray, but I'm sure if you look around, you might find one somewhere. If not, you can just use a dark brown. You don't really need a gray matte. I just feel like a gray matte works really nice. Lorac has some gray mattes in their pro palettes. So if you have the Lorac pro palette, they have some gray mattes. If not, I just use a soft brown and a dark brown. It still will give you the same intensity, or you can go a little light and use a black even. Or find a gray black too. That would work as well, because there are some gray blacks on the market too. So, oh, you know what might actually work in this is the for the crease. Now that I think about it, it's the NYX taupe blush that everybody uses as a contour. That would look great for this look too, because it's got that grayish brown color in it, so that would be great, and that's a good drugstore dupe. Is this palette right here, the Starlight 204, and these have some pretty shimmery in your face colors, and I was trying to decide which colors I was going to use, because I normally float between the brown and the copper here, but I want to incorporate some of these colors. So these two colors right here, this gunmetal and this light blue, and then this gunmetal purplish color is what I'm going to be using on my eyes. First, I'm going to apply the light blue all over my lid, in my inner corner here. And I'm going to be looking at the mirror when I do this. I should have picked a different brush, because this brush seems too stiff. And light blues can be found anywhere. It's like a silver, it's almost silvery how blue it is. So actually you could probably use a silver, metal tattoo in silver, or find a nice light silver somewhere and put on your lids instead of this light blue. And then the gunmetal, everybody pretty much does a gunmetal color nowadays. Satin, I want to say Satin Taupe from MAC is like, it's almost like a gunmetal color. It's one of my faves. I'm sure Makeup Geek has some nowadays. And then I'm going to apply, next I'm going to apply this purple. And I'm going to swatch these colors I'm talking about in here, so you guys can see this. See those swatches? I don't know if you can see them. See those swatches? Those are the colors I'm using, you guys. Okay, so next I'm going to take this purple and apply it on the center of my lid and sort of blend it in with that blue, just a little hint, just a little bit, very lightly as you go. That's one that you have to work very lightly on. You could also put a NYX eye pencil over your eyes and a white NYX eye pencil or the purple lilac one, and make this even more intense for New Year's, you guys. Okay, next I'm going to do the gunmetal, and I got shadow everywhere in my eyes. Next I'm going to take the same brush that I used for the purple, and I'm going to apply the gunmetal in the inner corner of my eye. The outer corner of my eye, I should say. The outer corner right here. And I am creating a big whopping mess, which is what I always do. But I always clean it up at the end with my concealer or with a wet cloth and apply my concealer. It just depends on what I'm feeling on that day. And I just got shadow all over my face. See that? Okay guys, so I'm back and I'm going to finish, after cleaning up that little mess I just had, I'm going to finish layering this gunmetal in the outer corner. And do that on both sides so I can get a little deeper in that corner. Because you almost want it like a smoky eye in that corner. Almost. You kind of want it smoked out. I don't really go for a deep smoky eye because I'm not a smoky eye girl. That's just me. But you can totally turn this into a smoky eye if you want. So, I'm going to go back for that gray matte color right there that I was talking about earlier. And I'm going to blend this chisel. Yeah, that's the chisel. I'm going to blend this, guys, in my crease here. I'm going to just, like, clean up that glitter, those sparkly colors just a little bit. And kind of blend this out. With the same brush I was using earlier. Now, I also do on occasion, depends on how I feel for the blending, I also do on occasion like to take a clean brush and just start blending too, to just fix it a little bit more and clean it up a little bit more. That's just me. Okay, now I feel like that's done. Now I'm going to take the same brush that I used to apply that gunmetal and that purple with earlier, and this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to go underneath the eyes and put the gunmetal color, this color right here, that gunmetal color I keep referring to, and put it in the outer corner here till it meets the corner. And then I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing. And then and then I'm going to go over here and take the purple on the other end and go in the middle. And I always go like this when I'm doing my mascara or whatever. It's just my natural habit. So, and then I'm gonna go in with this lighter pinky tone shade right here. I don't go for the blue. I go for this lighter pinky tone shade here. And I'm gonna take that on the very edge of my brush. And I'm gonna kind of go in the corner here, just to give it some brighten tone. I'm going to go right here. And then I'm going to go on the other side and like mesh it with that blue, that light blue that's already there. Just a little bit and pull it down. And put the two on the bottom there. So it gives me a little bit more brightness in my inner corner of my eye, you guys. Okay. Now, after my eyeshadow is done, mirror, and I'm going to apply the Master Conceal by Maybelline Camouflaging Concealer. I cannot pronounce that word right now for some reason. I actually love this concealer. It's one of my favorite drugstore. After I do that, I'm going to use this new Wet n Wild crystal powder. It reminds me so much of NARS crystal powder. I just found this at the drugstore. It's a mattifying powder, but guys, I would not use this all over my face. It has little crystal particles in it, so I feel like this is much better. for underneath the eyes. And I'm just using a dry, clean beauty blender. Okay, next I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder and Translucent 100. I love this stuff. This was like my new like setting powder lately, because I was out of my Bye Bye Under powder by K.I.S.S.I.N.G, so I've been using this Maybelline one. This is a really good setting powder. Like, I like it. I like this one. I like the Rimmel Stay Matte powder too. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star and Glow palette to bronze up my cheeks and highlight. So. And you can go as intense or as fierce as you want. I always try to contour the hollow of my cheek right here. Ever since I learned to contour, I can't get away from it, you guys. So I always try to give it a little depth right here, so you can, like, it looks like there's an indentation there, and that's how far I go. I feel like if I go too low, it doesn't look right, and then I try to curve it up so it looks naturally instead of sharp, but sometimes it does look sharp. I do the same thing with my blush. I put it on the side and curve it down. I don't like to put it right here on the apples of my cheeks because I feel like it makes my cheeks look too fat. But that's my opinion. You have to, you know, you can take these tutorials all you want. You can watch them as much as you want. But you have to learn which design, which thing works best for you, and take that tip and use it more and more and use it for you. If it works really well for you, use it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Use the tip, the idea, the thought that works best for you or that you like the best on your skin. That's really what it is, because I have so many people in tutorials who will say, oh, use the apple of your cheek. No, that makes my cheek look too fat. So I always put my blush more over here on the side of my face than I do on my cheek area. Next thing I'm going to take is my Charlotte Tilbury Love Glow blush. That's the name of it. It's called Love Glow. These are some of my favorite blushes ever. Anything by Charlotte Tilbury. I generally love her stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brush, sort of wipe it off my hands, and go onto the apples of my cheeks. And just swirl it around like this. So that's pretty much how I do it. Highlighting my cheeks. Okay, and to make this more intense, you can actually mix this with Becca's liquid highlighter, or even NYX's liquid highlighter, or L'Oreal's liquid highlighter, and then pat this over. L'Oreal has some nice highlighters, liquid ones. If you want a nice drug dry highlighter, a nice drug powder highlighter like the Charlotte Tilbury one, you want either Wet n Wild or you want Physicians Formula, because they have some nice highlighters. Take the highlight and kind of like give my face heart, almost like a heart shaped look to it. So your attention is right here on the eyes. Okay, guys. Oh, and so finally, after all is said and done, I am done with my blush. As you can see, this is the look. This is the look. This is my eyes. And then I'm going to use my new Wet n Wild spray, you guys. This spray really reminds me of Urban Decay, like so much, you guys. So much. And I'm just going to... Okay, and to top this off, I'm going to use Stone Rose, which is a brownish nude. You can actually use any nude on the market. I just use the nude. Or you could use, you know, I tend to go for browns or deep burgundy reds in the wintertime. So if you like a nice red lip, you can use that too with this lip. I just happened to pull out my Charlotte today and my Marc Jacobs and felt like wearing this look. Hey you guys, this is Complete Look. I hope you like it. Please follow, subscribe, and like all my social medias are listed below. I hope you try this nice purpley stone blue eyeshadow look for New Year's Eve, and I hope you guys enjoy this look. Please, if you want more, please comment below and let me know what you think of this. I would really appreciate that. Constructive criticism is welcome, not hateful or mean criticism. Thank you all. Have a good day, and please like, follow, and subscribe. Bye guys.